Welcome to the episode 5 of the grand epic Mahabharata. As we learned in the previous episode, to continue the family line, Satyavati summoned Vyasa, who was living as a forest rishi. He mentioned that he is ready to do what her mother wants, but he asked time to make himself presentable. But Satyavati, however, summoned him immediately, mentioning, "The daughter-in-laws await you." Vyasa went to Ambika. Terrified by his appearance, she closed her eyes. Vyasa told Satyavati, "Ambika's son will be blind," as she closed her eyes. Then Satyavati requested Ambalika to dress up. Ambalika was also terrified, and the blood drained from her face. Vyasa told Satyavati, "Ambalika's son will be pale." "Go to Ambalika again," Satyavati said. But Ambalika had her maid take her place. She greeted Vyasa happily and showed no fear. All that Vyasa said came true. Ambika's son was born blind. They named him Dhritarashtra, which means kingdom holder. Ambalika's son was born pale. They named him Pandu, which means pale. Ambalika's maid had a beautiful boy, and they named him Vidura, which means wise, and he grew up worthy of the name. Dhritarashtra was the eldest, but he was blind. Vidura was the son of a maid, and not a royal prince like his brothers, and he could never be king. He was not allowed to become king. Thus Pandu became king of Hastinapura. To understand Vidura's story, listen to Mandavya's story. While the rishi Mandavya meditated, thieves hid in his ashram. The king's guards arrested Mandavya with the thieves. "I'm innocent." Mandavya protested, but the king pierced him with a lance. Mandavya complained to Yam, god of Dharma. "Actions have consequences," said Yam. "That's karma. As a boy, you played with insects, piercing them with sticks. You, the impaler, have been impaled. That is not justice," replied Mandavya. "I curse you to suffer unjustly in another life." Yam was born as Vidura, having the qualities of a king but not allowed to rule. 3 sons were born in the Kuru dynasty. The responsibility of bringing them up was on Bhisma, who taught them all the Shastras as well as the art of wielding weapons. A lot of donations were given and many yajnas were performed. After they reached their youth, Bhishma was worried about their marriage. At that point of time, King Subal was ruling over the kingdom of Gandhar. He had a daughter named Gandhari. Lord Shiva had granted her a boon that she would give birth to 100 sons. When brave Bhisma received this news, he sent a message to Subal, stating that the hand of your daughter is sought by Dhritarashtra, the son of Vichitrabirya, member of the Kuru dynasty. When he received this offer, the king of Gandhar thought this marriage is beneficial in all respects except the fact that the groom is blind. However, the wrath of Bhisma will know no bounds if I disagree to it. After arriving at a decision, the king of Gandhar made preparations for the marriage. He sent elephants, horses, chariots, slaves, cows, oxen, palanquins full of jewels and uncountable Brahmins with Shakuni. Gandhari was specially decorated. When she heard that her hand had been given away to a blind groom in marriage, she forgave her family, considering it retributive justice. She folded a piece of cloth into 100 folds and tied it around her eyes. Perhaps she took this step to show that she had decided to follow the destiny of her husband. In the next episode, we will learn more about Shakuni, also lesser known as Saubala, was the prince of the Gandhara kingdom. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the latest episodes. The story of the Mahabharata has just begun. Join us next time as we continue this epic journey.